you have a change of heart, wanna make a brand new start. You've been living on the edge with forever as a pledge. No more giving it up, turning me loose, setting us free. Baby, keeping it real, cause we got what takes for sure. There's no turning back anymore. Can you see it's all a game? Life goes on all the same. If at first you don't succeed, all you've got is all you need. If you believe, then stake your claim.
Hey, Rise and Thrivers. Welcome to a brand new month. It is Monday, September 1st. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and welcome to Rise and Thrive Together. In case you're new to the community, in case you have to be reminded of who we are and what we're about, welcome to Rise and Thrive Together. We are a vibrant community, and we're committed to educate and empower and equip you to get the results that you want through real talk and taking real actions. I just cannot believe it's September. We're going to just jump right in because that's what it is right now, September 1st. And I'm going to welcome the first person, which is one of my favorite people. Welcome, Raquel. Stuart, how are you today?
That's so cute. I love it. Hey, everyone. Hey, Rise and Thrivers. I hope you all are excited for fall if you're in the Northeast, though it feels or felt like fall a couple of days ago in the morning especially, but doing well. Looking forward to what the last quarter or almost the last quarter of the year is going to hold. So super stoked.
Yes, right. It's September. Sis, it's incredible. We are going to take a moment and say it's Labor Day. So for those of you guys, right, that it's Labor Day, and you had your day off, may it be everything that you wanted it to be. And if it wasn't, hopefully you found a way to work through that mindset and work through those feelings and emotions. And if you're still holding on to that right now, you got an opportunity to kind of let that go and create it the way you want, because Raquel and I both know what comes out of your mouth creates your reality. So that's what I have to say about Labor Day. Sis, anything you want to say about Labor Day for anybody else?
Happy Labor Day. Do they still have the Parkway in Brooklyn? They still do the Labor Day Parkway?
I don't know.
Parkway? I don't know. I need to find that out.
That's it. Anybody know? Let's type
Drop
it in the chat. Drop it in the chat.
Know
that's right. I'm in Florida. I'm like, I have no idea. But good to know. All right. Super fun. Super fun. I'm excited to show. Raquel has such a beautiful, creativity. It's like we all use each other for our strengths. So I cannot wait to show you this awesome promo flyer that she made. You guys ready? Here we go. Boom. This is our topic. September for the month. Clear the clutter. Clear your mind. Making space for what matters. I love it. I absolutely love it. It is awesome.
I think right there, the show, we can just wrap it up now.
That's it. But before we start, I'm curious, like, guys, drop in the chat. Like, if you're watching this or you're hitting a replay later on, I'm curious the minute you saw that, because Raquel and I, spend time looking at, and especially this year, we up leveled, we elevated, we rised and thrived together by coming up with all of the topics for the year. And so this one was very exciting for me when we said that's what we're going to do. So I'm just curious, when you saw that, when you hear clear the clutter, clear your mind to what matters to you, what comes up? Because this is episode 123 and Raquel and I can talk all day. And that's what we're going to do in this one. But yeah, just what's there for you. And this is such a great theme. I'm just curious, what comes up for you when you see that? Clear the clutter, clear your mind. And especially, I love the tagline, which I didn't add, what matters to you.
Yeah. so many things. What's the top one? The one thing I do want to clear up is some debt.
Nice. I'll second that. Me too. I'll put
I'm
both
like,
in.
I know we're the only two that have it. Everybody else on here, they're good. But yeah, it's something I've been working on. But I my plan is to clear up at least two of them. Student loan, I don't even worry about that. That's gonna take care of itself, y'all. It's gonna have to. But yeah, some just small little bills that I definitely want to clear up before 2026 comes in. For a different reason, 2026, I'm hoping I will more than likely be launching my second book. So looking forward to that. I
Yes.
know. I'm super excited. And it's something that's new to me. So I'm clearing space to create. I need that space for that book. I need my energy to be focused on what do you call that thing when you do signings and all of that stuff? And it's
Oh,
going
the
to
book
actually be
launch, right?
fiction. Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
actually going to be fiction.
Yeah.
Most people that know me would be like, oh, it's self help. And I'm like, nah, you get the self help into fiction. Trust me, because I still have to be true to who I am, whatever type of or genre of book that I'm writing. So, yeah, that's what I'm clearing away.
I love it. She's clearing that space. We're not going to hope, right? Because Raquel has pushed me to have my, dream turned to a mission vision that's now turned into a huge mission of my book. We are going to stand by her. We're going to rise and thrive together with her to have that book be launched in 2026. And I'm grateful because I get to be with her and got to get a little snippet, a little snidmit. It's fantastic, guys. It's fantastic. So I'm literally like asking you for your energy to let's have that happen. So think about pivoting that language, sis, about hoping. And we know stuff happens, right? But let's stand for it. Let's stand for it together as a community to have that happen. And I love it. I'm curious what you said about the bills because that's 100%. And everybody else, we've had incredible guests here talk about money and the conversations that, money impact us. And so for you inside this theme of clear the clutter, clear the mind to what matters to you, that space for you about that book. How is money impacting you? Like, why is it so important that you want to clear these two bills? You're clear, like, hey, student loan, I'm like you. Student loan's going to be what it's going to be. But what is it about these particular two bills that you want to clear up? And how does that kind of provide that clear mind and some space for you?
Oh, real simple, because there's such a small amount that it's ridiculous to still have it lingering. Right. So it's like, come on, let's get rid of it. Let's make space for something else. And you, depending on who you listen to when it comes to money, some people pay off the higher interest stuff first. Some start with the smaller. I'm a smaller kind of girl.
Yep.
I'll start with the lower. So let's get those out of the way, and then we can start maybe doing something towards the student loan. Maybe. I'm kind of lingering on that. But yeah, it's just something that's stupid. It's in the way, but it makes an impact, right? So I want it to make a smaller impact than it's been making so that I can clear that space.
I
That
love it.
needs to be empty because it's just ridiculous at that point.
Yeah. You can hear it loud and clear, right? Um, Seriously, that it's that stays in your head. Those, and I'm the same as you. I've done many different ways of clearing off debt. And yeah, so you've got these two little ones. It's like you're like, it's so ridiculous, but you could know in the back of your see it, it's like the words we use. It's so ridiculous. She used stupid, like all of that. It's just that's the type of language that's in her head that just, you know, she needs it done, like out of the way,
Yeah. When I
right?
talk to myself, I don't speak to myself in this high and proper tone and use big words. It's ridiculous and it's stupid to still have them around. I didn't say I'm stupid. It's
Nope.
stupid to have those around,
Awesome.
right? And just lingering. So there's a difference.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, right with Raquel, I've got three credit card debts in total. One is higher, and then they're probably all just within the range. And so looking at that for yourself, I like to start with the smaller one that's there and get that out of the way, take that, add it, to the next one so that I can get that one out of the way. And that will be the goal for 2025 as well. It clears a lot of space. It's just those, like you said, those little things where it starts picking up the interest,
Yeah.
So I love it. But, a little bit of time on money. But Raquel and I were like talking behind the scenes before we got on here. And it was really interesting about the clear the clutter, clear the mind. We're getting ready. Here we go. I come in from a long day of work, time to get ready, prep. And I walk into my bedroom, had a great time visiting a friend over the weekend, getting some really awesome clothes from her so that she's moving. And my dresser is filled like with clothes. And my husband is like, Regina, like, what are you doing with this? And he'll use the word clutter. It's like, how can you just allow that to clutter the top of your dresser? So I was curious. I was like, it wasn't bothering me. It really wasn't at that moment in time, but it bothers him. So we had that kind of conversation of what that is, that having a clean and clear space is energy. It's energy. Our bedroom, guys, is his main work office. Like, this is my work office hour. It's mostly his work office time all the time. And it's got a nice view out front. And he's like, that energy, I feel that clutter. And he is a website developer and he has you to use his brain a lot. And it just really, he's like, it bothers me. And it gets to the point where, that's the selfish. And it's true. I had to like deal with the work, right? Like, being selfish. It's not my own home. It's our home. And then how is that impacting how we're going to raise our child? Because guess what? Straight up talk, guys, real talk. It's starting to impact. Lexi's starting to have a lot of mommy's habits. They're lovely, my clothes. They're there. I can pick them up and put them on whatever I want. But it's piling up in the way that she manages her room. And what I didn't get to tell Raquel was she kind of threw that in my face because we were like getting her to clean her room before so we can have a clear space. She can go and do what she wants and relax in bed. We can do the show. Nobody's going to bother anybody. And she goes, well, what about you, mommy? And I was like, oh, right. Go over there. I want to point the old, right? Or you said, she just pointed that like, look at your fingers back. For you guys who didn't know, you blame over there, but look at how many fingers are back. They're back 3 to me. So, that was a sweat. But thanks to all the amazing conversations we've been having, I felt those feelings. I felt those emotions, did not let them take over, right? Just kind of was like, okay, I got to own that. Like, brush it off, own it. Like, what are you going to be upset about? Like, the straight up mirror reflection, here you go. Put the clothes away and everything is clear. Like, everything is clear. Not everything, because I'll be honest, Josh was lying down. So, and plus we like to have a nice background. But in general, the clothes were away and he was so happy. He was like, yay. Because he knows as soon as we're done, he can come back to that space. But it is energy. That's what I kind of want to start off. And I want to get your opinion that, everything we own, computer, clothes, it's all energy. It's energy and it takes up space. I know there are a lot of minimalists out there. My husband would love that more than anything. And I know that I was not brought up that way. So I'm still kind of clearing through those conversations. I've kind of shared that through the years on here of Rise and Thrive together. So we have a lovely energy balance. But it's energy, and clutter is energy. And if you're in a space that's cluttered, I can't even picture, right? Raquel and I are just talking about money. We're just talking about a little bit of money bills, like silly, like whatever. But if you're cluttered, how can you get anything else done? So love to get your input and what are your thoughts?
Right. So for me, there's a correlation, right, between physical clutter, and that physical clutter mirrors here. It mirrors our mental clutter. So I find that when my workspace, since you were talking about workspace, when my workspace is cluttered, I cannot focus I really can't focus on what I'm doing. If I'm working, my desk has all kinds of stuff. It really clouds here. I can't focus. But as soon as I clear it all up, then it feels like the highway is now free and traffic is moving and I can
Love it.
get stuff, I can create, I can do whatever it is that I need to do. So I need to have at least that desk, my work area, because I spend a lot of time working on several different things and I need that space clean. So I have something written here. It's when our environment feels chaotic, it can feel stress and overwhelm.
Yes.
I can only take clothes on the bed. Like, let's open this up. So when I do laundry, sometimes it takes me about a week and a half, 2 weeks to put the laundry where it belongs.
I get it. Yep.
Okay. And just because it does, that is not one of my favorite things to do. Let me be honest. Judge all you want, doesn't matter. It's not going to make me put it away any sooner. It's only when it gets to the point like, oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed that I have to keep fishing through a laundry basket to find what I need. Then it's like, so just put it away. So for me, the best time for me, I find, is on a Saturday morning. I can put the laundry away when I'm listening to Mel Robbins' podcast, right? And sometimes her podcast will convict me. Whatever the guest is talking about, I'm like, I'm doing it, I'm clearing it away. I even have to put it in my planner.
Yes.
Put laundry away. But here's the thing, when I don't put it away, when I have it in my planner, I don't beat myself up about it either.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, at least I can't see it. I only see it when I walk into the other room. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I have to put this away. But it really is true. Physical clutter mirrors a mental clutter. So where am I mentally cluttered? When I leave the clothes on the bed, even though it's out of sight. You know that thing, out of sight, out of mind?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very present to the fact that I know I have to do it. So it is definitely not out of my mind. I'd like to get it off the bed. And then eventually I do when I've just had enough. But when your environment feels chaotic, that can fuel stress and overwhelm in individuals.
I love it. Right now I'm like, if Josh, you're watching, he'd be like, yes. Like he's gonna be like, this is the episode I watched. Because he is very much that way. I'm very much like you. I've grown and evolved where it's like I fold my laundry, I put it in the basket. There's a table next to me and it's underneath there. And I have it organized in like night, Zumba stuff, work, like other things. So it's like easy. So I've gotten better that way. But like you, and what I really got present to was like last month's topic, which is one of the things that, if you guys have been watching, is we're talking about building a muscle. Anything we're ever talking about is let's bring some awareness, right? We're bringing you some awareness right now, something that Raquel has just shared, really like raw and real, and is straight to say like, but I also give myself grace about it. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. And it does take a toll. And eventually she does. She has it scheduled. So there's a tip for you. And then how many of us schedule stuff and then don't do it anyway? Right? And when that habit continues and continues, that can clutter the mind, right? How many, like it's like, oh my God, I should have. So it's like one of those, and those then just, you said, overwhelm and all those emotions happen. So it's, bringing that awareness, giving yourself some grace, learning to build some stronger habits. And that's, what we're just sort of sharing. And this is where she's at in her journey. Where I'm at in my journey was like, I just couldn't move anymore. Like, and I had to really just say, like, for not just the sake of me and the show and whatever, it really was for someone else, like, what does that say about my energy and how I feel about him and all of that? Because it doesn't matter, relationship, whoever you are, it's a relationship with yourself first, obviously. But once you're in a relationship, I don't care if you have a roommate, whoever it is, family members, there is an impact on them. And that was like really what I took away, from our behind the scenes and what we're talking about now is it gets really easy to be about me and be a little selfish. And I'm not about being selfish, right? I really want to clear that energy so that I can do some bigger things. So I'm excited because we've got some great people coming on this month, going to share some real deep stuff. You know,
So
we're
I want to jump in for a second before
yeah,
I forget.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
So when you were
Oh,
saying about the to-do list and
yes.
putting stuff on your planner to do,
Yeah.
we've also got to remember sometimes we have like 8 things on our list that we want to handle today. But the question becomes, and we've talked about this in previous shows, is everything on there important?
Yes.
So for me, how I see it is laundry, as long as it's clean, where does it go and all of that, is that really important? And that's what it really comes down to, because I have so many other things that take precedence over that. So even though it's like, oh my gosh, it's one of those things that a necessary evil to put it away, but is it really? Like, as long as my clothes are clean and I can find them, I can just shuffle through the laundry basket, or I shuffle through if I put them on the bed, right? I'm taking care of what really needs to be taken care of. So that's where the grace comes in for me. It's like, okay, I'm handling these other things. This is not really super important. What it just becomes is like, just looks, it's an eyesore,
Yeah.
right? Every time you walk into that room, it's just a bunch of clothes on the bed. So for me, that's what I just wanted to throw in, is that even though it's, I put it on my planner and I don't do it, it's like, wasn't really important, but I put it on my planner because it's something that I'd like to get done.
Yes. And that's the part that I didn't put on to, like, that's the second part of reminding you guys. And I'm going to just bring it up one more time because I can. The beauty of it, here it is. Clear the clutter, clear the mind, making space for what matters
Yeah.
to you. To you. So yes, I think everybody here can raise their hand, type in there how many things they have on their list, and to make that space to clear that clutter, right? When we have that list, when you first see it, I mean, everybody, we can take 5 seconds right now and start writing a ton of things, that we have to do or we want to get done and all of that stuff. We can then we look at it and we're like, oh my goodness. But one of the things we've talked about is stop, pause, breathe, and really start, hey, as simple as what is that priority, and was putting, we're going to go back to putting away the clothes. We're going to get much deeper than that, through the month. But yes, was that the most important thing to do? Is
Right.
there other things? So I love that. Great reminder. Give ourselves grace around it. I have to say, as a chuckle, but truth, for those people who have members in your life, family members, spouses, whatever it may be, sometimes their push, what I think is important to me is important to them. And that push is what, that wasn't my top priority, but it became a quicker priority, and
Right.
grateful for it, right? Because it's like done. And I'm like, wow. Um, but I've done my closet before, and I'm like just thinking about it now. I'm just like, we've talked about that. We have not a closet issue because of not putting things away, but just spatial wise. And that really does clutter my mind. And that
Mhm.
then throws me off. And it is for him as well. So we are looking at, how can we really organize this closet. And I'm saying all these things, guys, because Raquel will say what she needs to say too, is sometimes it's, again, I love what you said, repeat that thing about the environment. It's like, if you can't get out of here in your head, take one thing in your environment. It starts to clear. It starts to energetically clear things. It's like, there's things you said you were going to do. Maybe you're avoiding whatever you needed to do for work. But if you go and put the dishes in the dishwasher, or you go clean out the sink and literally like clean it, you're shifting energy. You're going to be shifting that energy, and that gives you that space to be like, like Raquel said, it opens up that highway. And then all of a sudden you might then go 15 minutes later, sit down, and you're like, oh my God,
Hmm.
that's what I had a block. Talk about writer's block, right? Like, boom, that writer's block. Do you just sit there all day and you're just staring at the computer and you're like, right?
No, I don't. I get up. I put it away because I'm like, I've had enough. I have zilch, zero zip left to give. But that's me and how I operate. How I operate doesn't work for every single person. And it
Nope.
doesn't need to, right? But one interesting thing that I found is neuroscience shows that clutter competes for our attention,
Ooh.
lowering our focus and productivity. Remember in the beginning, I said when my workspace, my desk is just overrun with stuff that shouldn't even be on there, I find it so difficult to work. And now I understand, as we're talking about this topic, why when when I'm writing in my book, when I'm writing my book, I leave. I leave home and I go to like
Mm.
a cafe or anything. There's a coffee shop that I like to go to not far from my home. I call that my office. And then I have a satellite office when I don't want to drive that far. It's closed, but if I don't want to drive the extra 3 minutes, I go to another place and I can sit in there for a couple of hours and just get busy on the tapping of the keys. So it really is interesting because that clutter does compete for my attention, because I look at my desk and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't find anything, because that's the time I really need like a pen and it's buried.
Right.
It's competing for my attention. Clutter competes for my attention. It's like a little child saying, mommy, 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 or my cat meowing, meowing, meowing all the time because he just wants to go outside. But it really does compete for your attention. It does lower your focus and your productivity. Clutter does all of that. So the next time you guys have some clutter, pay attention. Are you as productive? Can you focus on what you need to focus on, or does the clutter take your attention? It makes a difference, right? So I have a question. And what's one space in your life, audience and Reg, that feels noisy right now? Because clutter is noise.
Yeah, that's what I was.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, let me repeat the question for
I love
y'all.
it.
What's one space in your life that feels noisy right now?
Mm. One space in my. I mean, to be honest, it definitely is the closet, and I keep that door shut. Seriously,
Does it have
I
like a
mean,
deadbolt on it too?
no, and I get like that's where most of my clothes are. Um, it is noisy. Like it really, really is very
Yeah.
present right now. I probably, if you asked me like before the show, probably I would have never even thought of that. But I did take one thing. I did organize where I put my clothes away. But I wish I could pick up my like computer and be like, hey. But here you go. Ready? Accountability. I am going to take a picture of my closet. Go to Rise and Thrive Together community. Join the community. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some fun this month. Let's take some areas of our life that we want to clear the clutter, to
I
clear
like
the
that.
mind, right? I just like, this is what happens. This was not planned. We didn't talk about this.
No, we didn't.
So I put in last week. You still got time to jump in last week and answer that question. What do you want to leave out of 2025? Take into 2026. Shout out to Genevieve doing the work, right? Raquel and I got to get in there doing our work. And now we're doing this. What this month of September in this theme, pick something, like she's saying, that's noisy.
Mm-hmm.
What is noisy to you? That literally gnaws at you. And I want to say, like, I wouldn't have literally thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of that an hour ago. Well, 30 minutes ago, right? But it is. And so I'm going to take the picture. I'm going to show
And
it to
take a
you.
photo, y'all. Exactly.
Take a photo, show it to us. Let's together clear the clutter and let's see what space opens up that highway and what other productivity is going to happen. Now we're talking physical. It's always great physically, and we're going to get into a lot of different guests talking with spiritually, soul, lots of things, right? Lots of fun things. But right now, physical is like the best first step, according to me, and many people say start with the physical. It's sort of like the most obvious, Like it's sort of the most obvious.
You can see laundry piled up on a bed in another room.
Yeah. Even if it's
Especially
like,
when you have to go in that room every day to get clothes.
exactly. If it's making the bed, right? It could be as simple as, like right now, my second thing is downstairs, right? So is that the amount of dishes, I gotta tell you, for like two people who eat like super simple, and like Lexi, who's like a bird, I don't even know how we have more dishes than anybody could possibly know. So picture that, right? Just having that dishes in the dishwasher, clean sink. Not like even this, I can't stand, that's the other clutter, that, like things are still like it's empty, but nobody emptied the little, I don't know what it is. You know what
The
I'm
little
talking about?
strainer
The
in the
strainer.
sink.
Thank you. Oh, that drives me crazy. Right. So just clean that. So those are the things that I will share. Join the community, go in there. Come on, let's like open up the space because we got this last quarter, right, sis? This last quarter, so many opportunities. Throw in there. What are the goals you want to hit? That is the whole point, of what you want for yourself in your life. What is it that you want to hit for 20? So, a couple of things. What do you want to walk away with? What do you want to, take in? And like, we've given you, I'm going to do the plug because that we don't do it often enough, and I've been told to do it. That's the whole point of why we made the Rise and Thrive Together journal. That whole point of working with our collaborative, amazing guests, because we chose to start clearing out the clutter of our mind through a journal. It's a simple journal. It does not start January and end in December. It's a question that's opened up. That's it. There you go. Rise and Thrive Together journal. It is on Amazon. Join us. Jump in with your journal and go and start doing something physical and then starting to kind of assess what's happening in that mind and
Yes.
answer those questions. It's assessing, right? Assessing the questions and see. But if you're blocked, and I know many of you have like shared with us on the show and off the show, lots of questions, there's an opportunity. We just created a specific tool that we wanted to. It matters to us. However else you do it, don't care. We created the community, however you're going to do it. But it would be great as a community. Many of you bought the journal. Many of you guys have bought the journal. Many of you have used it. I love to know where you're at in it. We love to know where you're at in it. So, sis is coming in and out.
Absolutely. I'm
She's like,
excited to see the photos because I just want to see the photos because that's going to be so exciting for me. I'm going to purposely now let my clean laundry pile up just so you guys can be like, oh my gosh, that's driving me nuts. I'm going to have
it
such
is,
a good
right?
time with it.
They'll trigger other people. Like, you're like, ah. And again, we're in no judgment zone. We're having so much fun. But yeah, this was great, sis, because, we planned what we planned beforehand.
Yeah.
But I love, this is the whole point of the show. It's organic. It's real. We appreciate it so much. I mean, all right. So homework.
Absolutely. And next week we have a friend, a family to our show and each other. It's so amazing. So we're gonna have
You can tell them,
no.
right? See, I love when she does it. See, another thing.
You got to come
Does that
back.
clutter your mind right now? Does it go, who is it? Who's the guest? If you watch and you are a deep Rise and Thriver, you might be able to guess.
And we're not telling you anything else. Just come back next week because you know you want to. And we want to see your photos. So if you dare, if you are not a part of our community, like Reg said on Facebook, Rise and Thrive Together community, however, you may want to send us a photo. And I don't know how you would do it here, but that's for you to figure out. I'm not the tech person on this all-star team.
I can tell you. I can just tell you. As soon as the show's over, right? Like whatever that is, you wait a little bit. And when you continue to like comment and replay, then you can post your photos, right?
Yeah.
And post your photos. I don't care. We don't care. Post it here. Join the community if you want to. Don't join the community if you don't want to. But like, come play. It's so much more fun. We have gone through so much together in the past 2 years, and we want to continue to do that. That's the whole point. So
absolutely. We love it. We are excited. And, you know, like we always say, it's only together that we can rise and thrive. Till next time.